Hi, I'm Marilee, and today I'm going to show you how to make vegan pumpkin bread. It might look like a lot of ingredients, but it goes together very quickly. First of all, we start with 1 3/4 cup all-purpose flour. Next, we add 1/2 cup of brown sugar. We also add 1/3 cup white sugar. And then we add, and in this little dish here, we have 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. You put all that in there and you kind of mix that up real good. Get all your dry ingredients mixed. And then we're going to add to it 1/2 cup of oil and 1/3 cup coconut milk, which you can find in most any grocery store. Typically you'll find it in your section where you find Asian foods. So there's our 1/3 cup of coconut milk and 1/2 cup of oil. And then we add 1 cup of the pumpkin puree, not the pumpkin pie mix, but just the pumpkin puree. Pumpkin's great because it contains so many, it's a great source of vitamin A. We mix this in quickly, folding it in. And then as the finishing touch, we're going to fold in 1/3 cup of flaked coconut and 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts. Typically, you want to just try and stir this until you get most of the ingredients moistened. You don't want to stir it too much. It inhibits it from raising. There's our walnuts and our 1/3 cup of flaked coconut. We just fold those in gently. And I've already prepared a pan. You need to well grease a little 8-inch loaf pan. And we're just going to put this in our 8-inch loaf pan, and then we'll pop it in the oven, which has been preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to bake it for 1 hour and 15 minutes. And then after it comes out, there's some special instructions that kind of go along with how to finish it. Requires a little tin foil and a little steaming to finish it up and keep it super moist. So there we go in our loaf pan. Now it's ready to go into the oven to bake for 1 hour and 15 minutes, and we'll check what it looks like when it comes out. I've just taken our vegan pumpkin bread out of the oven, and it says the first thing that we need to do to keep it super moist is to take a piece of foil and tent it over the bread, sealing it off so that the steam that is created starts to be absorbed back into the loaf. And we're going to cover it and keep it that way for about 10 minutes, and then after 10 minutes you may remove the foil, take the pumpkin bread out of the pan and leave it to cool on a rack, still tented with the foil. And after that, it's up to you as to when you want to enjoy it. And that's how you make vegan pumpkin bread.